Okay.
All right, we're live. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Kids Changing the World. I'm Appiah, your host. This is Koshi, our digital
Hi.
assistant. Yeah, we're getting ready for a great show that we have today for you guys. Grace Callwood is joining us of the We Cancerve movement. She's 15 years old and incredibly driven, has just a great passion for everything she's doing, and I can't wait to hear from her and just share her story with you all. So we're looking forward to having you guys with us. Koshi, what do you think of the show today?
I think you guys should all be very excited and we're in tune for a great show.
Yeah, the show's going to be really, really great. I know Grace has been through like a lot. She's dealt with cancer, and the We Cancer movement is kind of her way of bouncing back from that, which we're all about at this show. And we're so excited to talk with her and learn about her story and just see how she's kind of elevated herself into a way that she's able to help others and make a difference and have a really purpose-driven life. And so we're really looking forward to talking with her. And at 3 o'clock, we're going to start that intro video and get everything going.
Yes, enjoy.
Welcome, everybody, to Kids Changing the World. I'm your host, Appiah. I'm also the author of Kids Can Change the World, Bouncing Back from Failure, and Kids Can Change the World Young Readers Edition. We have an amazing show for you all today. We're going to have a discussion with the young 15-year-old Grace Callwood. Grace is the founder of the We Cancerve movement. After her own battle with cancer and overcoming it, she decided to become purpose-driven and just use her story and use her platform to change the world. And I'm really, really just inspired by her. And I can't wait to share her story with you all. She's been honored by CNN Heroes. She's been honored on so many levels, recognized by so many people. And she's just an amazing young woman. I can't wait to talk with her. Without further ado, I won't say everything. I'll leave some room for her to fill in. But Grace, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's a great time having you here. So could you tell us a little bit about your story?
Yes, so my name is Grace Callwood. I'm 15 years old, and I'm the founder and chairwoman of the nonprofit organization, the We Cancerve Movement Incorporated. And We Cancerve is a youth-led nonprofit that works to bring happiness and swift solutions to homeless, sick, and foster children. I started We Cancerve when I was 7 years old. Shortly after I was diagnosed with stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And being diagnosed with cancer was very new and very scary for me. I had no idea what cancer was or what it meant until I had it. I just knew that the healing process was very painful and very scary. But through my journey, I was given many opportunities to give back to the community. And so I was able to narrow down to really creating an organization and giving to homeless, sick, and foster children because we're all kids put in sad situations that are not our fault.
Wow. I can't believe being at that point, at that low point where you're battling cancer and you just have that mindset that you can give back to others. That's truly inspiring and amazing.
Thank you.
Could you talk to us a little bit about what it was like hearing the news and understanding kind of your thought process doing that?
Yeah, when I was 7, I loved playing outside, being with my friends, doing average kid things. I was in dance classes, I did gymnastics, but realized that I had cancer. It took a while for me to really understand what it meant. And even after I was done with chemotherapy, I never really understood how much my life was at stake. So it was definitely a big change for me. But I had amazing doctors, and I definitely had a lot of family support from my family, my church family, and friends, and different things like that, and from the community. So it was definitely one of the hardest things in my life, but I was luckily I'm here today. So and I was declared cured in 2019.
Yes, definitely. It's definitely a blessing to have you with us. I know that your story has inspired so many people and you're just so purpose driven. It's really inspiring to see someone like you come from this place of just having a poor experience and just turning it and flipping it into something positive to help others. Could you talk about how you kind of got involved in kind of volunteerism? Like, how is that? Is that something that you did with your family, or is it something that came to mind, or what?
Yeah, well, I was reading up on your bio, and kind of like you, community service is something that we've always done. I technically started when I was 2 years old, but I got more serious about it when I was 7. When I was 2, I gave a red wagon to a local hospital because it was something fun that the kids like to do down the halls. And then when I was 3, I had a princess birthday party, and instead of collecting gifts for myself, I collected gifts to give to that same hospital. And when I was 4, I collected food for the Maryland Food Bank because they were running out of food at the time. And so giving back to other people has always been, I guess, instilled in me, and really making other people happy is something I love to do with my friends and my family. So doing it for people that really need it meant the world to me.
Wow, wow. And you've been honored by CNN Heroes. What was that like? What was that whole ceremony like?
Yeah, that was amazing. It was really crazy just to kind of realize that that was me up there being in the room with so many other amazing winners, and all the other young wonders. They were awesome, and just it was really exciting. I had a lot of fun. I was happy to see people, just hearing about it, watching it, and telling me about it at school and all that different stuff. So it was amazing.
Now, I've got to ask. I saw the video on Caleb McLaughlin's Instagram of him like introducing you to the crowd. Did you get
Yeah.
to meet him? What was that like?
That was, I could not believe it. We were sitting there waiting for the show to start, and I saw him on stage practicing, and I was like, Mom, he's reading my name. That's crazy. And so it was absolutely amazing. I loved just having him introduce me was incredible enough. I got to take pictures with him, so it was very surreal at the time.
Wow, that's amazing. With all that you've been recognized for and everything, what resonates with you the most with your work?
As much as I love the recognition from different big names, mainly because it brings more awareness of what We Can Serve is about, what we're doing, and that gains more support, I really enjoy getting the recognition from those that I'm serving. Being able, before COVID and everything, being able to be in person with like the homeless children at Camp Happy, which is a summer enrichment program we have for homeless children. It was always really nice hearing from them that they've had a great summer, they had fun, they can't wait for next year. So I think that's the best recognition I could probably get.
Yeah, definitely. That's always the best. Hearing from the people that you're impacting is just wonderful. It makes everything so rewarding.
Yeah.
Speaking of rewards, you were honored by the Gloria Barron Prize. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, that was also really amazing. 2019 was a really great year, and in fact, I found out about both of them around my 15th birthday. And so, winning the Gloria Barron Prize has given me so many amazing opportunities, and I mean, it was pretty amazing just to see that other people like yourself around my age were also winners of the 2019 Gloria Barron Prize. So, I love this so much, and in fact, I'm hoping to get into the Merlin series, which was written by T.A. Barron, who's the founder. So. I love it.
Yes, definitely. I know they sent a great package over with a book, and I know that like T.A. Barron is really inspiring. I want to read more.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So working with your nonprofit or your work, how have you kind of worked with like your community and understanding how to like involve other people in your work? Because I know that it's not just you working.
Yeah, definitely. So when I first started We Can Serve, I made an all-youth board of advisors, ages 8 to 18. And at first, the first board we had was 13 people, and that was one of the biggest boards we've ever had. Right now, it's down to just 5 of us, including myself. But all of our projects are community-based. And although with COVID, we definitely changed the way we do that, being community-based. So instead, we set up online grocery stores and shopping lists, and just different ways to give virtually so that we don't put anyone at risk. But definitely partnering with a lot of organizations like the Boys and Girls Clubs, different schools around the county, youth groups and churches and all that jazz, Rotary clubs, Lions clubs, different things like that. So it's really amazing how much the community loves to support the work that we do.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the community is always a big part of kind of bring people together and everything, because you can't do it alone. You need more and more people to be involved. So that's always great. Now, I know you're no stranger to adaptability, given your situation, your story, and COVID-19 kind of threw us a curveball. You talk about your kind of thought process and how you've adapted to that. I know you mentioned a little bit.
Yeah, so with COVID-19 hitting, it was the timing was quite incredible because we were just about to get into extra special Easter baskets, which is an annual project we've been doing since the beginning, but we couldn't do that and we didn't want to try and do that just so that we didn't put anyone at risk. But through COVID-19, we created a new project called the Brunchbox, which is an extension of our previous project called the Breakfast Bags Bonanza. And so essentially through the Brunchbox, we were able to provide families, homeless families with food. It was all non-perishables for at least a week. And so through that, we were able to serve about 53 families between two different schools, community schools, which meant that their population had a high number of children in poverty or that were homeless. And so I was really happy and proud of the way that my team and I were able to kind of adapt quickly, get into the groove of new things, and just not be bored and wait for this all to pass because none of us know when this will be over. And, doing that along with just picking up on different places if they need us to buy books, then we'll buy them and then have them delivered straight to them, or toys or different things like that.
Yes, definitely. From March, it says, Grace, you're amazing. How can we support your efforts?
Thank you so much. Yeah, so the main way that we need support now is really just raising awareness. Right now, the biggest thing that we're doing right now in honor of September being Childhood Cancer Awareness Month is raising money for our We Can Serve Pediatric Patient Assistance Fund at Sinai Hospital. And the theme for this year is Never Lose Hope. And so we have the Pediatric Patient Assistance Fund in place to provide money to families who need it for parking passes, food vouchers, gift cards for gas, co-pays for any medicine, and just different things like that to help kind of ease their stress and just let them focus more on the patient and less on any of their other financial worries.
Yes, I love that theme of never lose hope. I mean, it really ties into so many things during this time period, and I just believe that that's very important. Speaking of Childhood Cancer Month, Ball for Good is actually working with kind of different organizations to try to raise money for childhood cancer as well. We're going to be looking into streaming on Twitch to raise some money for that because most people know last year we had our fundraiser, which was Kicks for Cancer. We had our soccer game benefiting cancer organizations, children impacted by cancer. And we're not able to have that because of the kind of implications of COVID-19. We're not going to be able to have that same soccer match. So we're looking into something with streaming. And so we're going to work on kind of expanding that and we'll keep the word out, keep you updated, audience, and we'll keep you in the loop so you can have something entertaining to watch and still be able to help a great cause of childhood cancer.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Grace, moving forward, you talked about your team. How have you been communicating with them, especially during this time?
Yeah, so my team and I, through COVID-19, unfortunately, some of the board members have started to move on. One of our board members was 18 years old, so his time on the board was up. He is now not a kid anymore, so to speak. And then, there are other board members that are transitioning into high school, and so they realize, they have to get their priorities in check. But I'm very proud of the board that we have right now, and we mainly keep in touch through definitely emails, texts, and also Zoom calls because I don't want to have in-person board meetings yet. But we definitely try to keep in touch and keep things in the loop. And they're a big part of, all of the projects that we've been able to pull off during COVID-19. In fact, our youngest board member, he is 9.5, and he was leading our part at helping with a community garden at a local homeless shelter. And so he was in charge for the whole thing. I was really proud of him and how he was able to take the lead. We were able to put down cardboard, put down the soil, plant the seeds, and he was helping lead everything. So it was really amazing. And like I mentioned, they were all very helpful in just promoting all of our projects.
Wow, that's really wonderful. It's incredible to see the youngest people working to make a difference in their community. You're no stranger to that, obviously, starting your movement when you were 7 years old. But could you talk a little bit about how you inspire someone who's 9.5 to go and do a project of that magnitude?
Yeah, so, there are so many ways to help. And I mean, I'm a firm believer that there's no age limit on service. So no matter who you are, you can always serve. And so I feel like there are so many ways to serve, and they can be as simple as giving someone a compliment or giving $5 to a fund that you believe in, or if it's a bigger way to impacting you, raise a bunch of money or donate a bunch of food. I feel like, definitely virtually for now. We've been able to buy toys for local homeless shelters so that the kids can still play outside. So we ordered them online and then we had them shipped directly to the shelter so that we didn't have to have too much contact. But you definitely have to think outside the box in order to keep up with everything going on. But there are definitely ways to help. And, for the fund that we have for Children's Cancer Awareness Month, we have a GoFundMe page. It's under Never Lose Hope, and it's our name is We Cancerve Movement. And so, we tried really hard to set up many platforms on how to get to that, whether it's the GoFundMe or through our website, which is wecancerve.org, or any of our Facebook, our social media as well.
Yes, you mentioned that. The We Can Serve title, it caught my eye. It's so catchy. How did you come up with that?
Yeah, so we were just thinking of what we wanted to say, what would grab people's attention, and what would make them want to know more about us. And so definitely my cancer journey being a big part of the inspiration behind We Can Serve, we definitely wanted to include that. And we're all about serving others. And the we is symbolic of the fact that it's a team effort, because I can't do this all by myself. And so, and the community aspect of it, that we really love and appreciate the support we have from our community. And so that's how we came up with the name.
Wow. Yeah, that's really, really cool. Working with other people who are involved in nonprofit work or community work, what has that taught you as far as improving your own organization or reaching others?
Yeah, I definitely love to work with other people who are in the same field, especially young people too, because it's finally talking with peers that really get what you're thinking and how you think, and just the fact that you think so much about other people. So I definitely try to pick up on different ways. If I'm like watching how they lead a project, I learned from the Peace First organization that before and after every meeting they have these, they pull the group together, stand in a circle, and they just talk about how they're feeling about the project, whether it's an icebreaker, say your name, age, and favorite ice cream flavor, or whether they're saying, what do you stress about? What are you feeling? And so that kind of puts everyone on the same page before and after. And so I picked up on that, and I often do that before projects when we still could. And so different things like that, just for the betterment of not only our team, but also helping us learn better ways to give back to those that we're serving.
Yes, of course. And with learning, I mean, there's always more to learn. But when you first started on the scene, how were you learning the ropes of your work and everything? Did you have a mentor or people who were kind of teaching you the way?
Yeah, my mom is my biggest mentor. She's also my business manager. And so she really helped me kind of learn how to go about doing things. And I've had a few mentors along the way, but definitely my mom has always been there. And before cancer, I was terribly shy. It was awful. I really did not like to talk to too many other people, but being a child with cancer, I had to be able to tell the doctors if I was in pain or not, how I was feeling. And then eventually it took me quite a while, but after a while I was able to learn how to network. When I go to these events, if I'm doing a speaking engagement, I have to know how to go up to people and just start talking so I can have conversations as easy as I am now. And so it was definitely mainly my mom, and then, we mentioned earlier, learning from other organizations. But yeah, I've been learning a lot over the past few years.
Yeah, for sure. I can definitely relate to that kind of coming out of your shell and kind of growing into someone who is talking to other people. And like this, at first I was definitely very shy. And I had to adapt and learn to talk to people and ask questions so I could learn more and kind of expand what I was trying to do, what my reach was. You talked a lot about your mom and the influence that she's had on you. And family, I can tell, is very, very important to you. So could you talk about how much family has supported you and just kind of helped you grow as a person?
Oh yeah, definitely. All the way back, oh man, since forever, I can't even really pick a starting place. They've always just been big supporters of me and what I'm doing. At first when I had the idea to create an organization, I had been diagnosed for maybe a couple months. I was still 7 years old at the time. And so mom, when I told her I wanted to do something bigger, she was like, that's nice, but no, because in first grade, you're fighting the fight of your life and you just can't handle that. But I kept doing things to prove to her and my family that I was willing and ready to do this. And so my entire family helps out with a lot of the tasks that come with We Can Serve. And also my church family, they've been very supportive of me, people at school, people within the community. So it feels just like one big family around me everywhere. But it really is amazing.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. I know that some of our viewers are looking to start something. I just want to ask, what motivates you? What inspires you to keep going?
Oh man, what motivates me most is knowing that, I guess just knowing that I can make a difference and that there are people who believe in me and that there are still children who need happiness in their lives. Because I don't want any other child to blame themselves for the sad situation as I did. And so that's really important to me, just to let other children know that the situation that they're in is not their fault. That I hope that they have a piece of happiness, even if it's just for a short amount of time, and that a lot of people are working hard to bring them some happiness.
Wow, that's truly inspirational and truly just motivational altogether. I mean, I don't even know what to say.
Thank you.
That's the best. With us coming to a close, could you give the readers just a final message, anything that you want to kind of leave with them to listen in on and just remember?
Yeah, so my last few words, there's no age limit on service, definitely. I believe that happiness shouldn't have to wait. And please donate to our fund for the Never Lose Hope Pediatric Patient Assistance Fund at Sinai Hospital.
Wow. Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you so
you.
much, Grace, for joining us. Audience, thank you for joining us for this 20-minute show. Next, 2 weeks from now, we're going to have our next guest, Obed Dadzi of Voices on the Mount, one of the pinnacles, one of the leaders of just this new movement of youth, especially in West Africa. He's truly an inspiration to me, and I cannot wait to have a discussion with him. You're going to love him. He's just a ball of energy, always looking to kind of better himself and better the people around him. So Obed Dad's looking forward to it next week. Grace, thank you so much for joining us. And the audience, with that, we're signing off.
Thank you.